The 1954 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, stands out in numismatic circles not only for its iconic design and historical context, but for its surprising market value of up to $41,000 in extraordinary condition or with rare minting errors. At first glance, this coin may appear like any other mid-century Jefferson nickel, commonly circulated, worn down, and passed from hand to hand over the decades. But delve deeper into the coin's history, production conditions, grading rarity, and collector appeal, and you'll discover why some examples of this humble nickel have become incredibly valuable treasures. Introduced in 1938 as a replacement for the Buffalo nickel, the Jefferson nickel was designed by Felix Schlegel, whose portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and depiction of Jefferson's home, Monticello, on the reverse became instantly recognizable in American coinage. The 1954 issue continued this legacy, with coins minted in Philadelphia lacking a mint mark, while those struck in Denver and San Francisco bear D or S respectively. What makes the 1954 no mint mark, Philadelphia, Jefferson nickel particularly intriguing is the combination of low survival rates in top grades, known die varieties, and mint errors that elevate certain examples to astounding values. While 43,137,000 nickels were minted in Philadelphia that year, a decent number by mint standards, the vast majority were used in circulation. As a result, finding a pristine, untouched 1954 no mint mark Jefferson nickel in mint state, MS-66, MS-67, or higher is exceedingly rare. According to PCGS and NGC population reports, only a very small handful of these coins have ever received MS-67 or higher grades. And in the most extreme examples with perfect strike quality, blazing original luster, and clean, untouched surfaces, these coins have commanded up to $41,000 at auction, particularly when they represent the finest known example, top pop, in registry collections. Collectors pursuing the most complete and highest-ranking Jefferson nickel sets will pay incredible premiums for these ultra-high-grade specimens. What further adds to the allure of the 1954 Philadelphia issue are the mint errors and die varieties that have been discovered over the years. One such example is the repunch date, RPM, or double die reverse, DDR, which occurs when the die used to strike the coin has a misaligned or duplicated impression. These error varieties are highly collectible, especially when paired with high-grade preservation. Another key variety for the Jefferson nickel series is the presence of full steps, FS, on Monticello, a grading designation awarded when 5 or 6 full, uninterrupted steps at the base of Monticello are visible under magnification. This detail is often weak or partially struck due to worn dies or poor pressure, making full steps designations especially rare and desirable for the 1954 no mint mark nickel. The composition of the 1954 Jefferson nickel is 75% copper and 25% nickel, with a diameter of 21.2 millimeters and a weight of 5 grams. These specifications remain consistent through decades of minting, but what differentiates coins in this series is not their metal content, but their condition and rarity. For a 1954 no mint mark nickel to be worth even a fraction of $41,000, it must be in nearly flawless condition, verified by third-party grading services such as PCGS or NGC. In fact, some of the highest auction records for this coin are held by PCGS-certified MS-67 FS, full steps, examples with outstanding eye appeal, natural toning, and unblemished surfaces. Coin collectors and investors alike are drawn to coins that offer both historical significance and modern grading rarity, and the 1954 Jefferson nickel is a perfect example of both. Coming at the tail end of the post-war era, the 1954 issues reflect an America entering a period of economic prosperity and modernization, but also one where coin collecting was not yet mainstream. That means many of the coins from this year were not preserved in uncirculated rolls or mint sets, but were quickly put into use, decreasing the chances of high-grade survivors. As a result, every high-grade 1954 no mint mark nickel that surfaces today is like a needle in a haystack, and collectors are willing to pay a premium for them. Another factor that impacts the value is natural toning. Coins stored for decades in original paper wrappers, coin albums, or canvas mint bags often develop rainbow-like or golden blue hues caused by oxidation. If this toning enhances the coin's beauty and is confirmed as natural by grading authorities, it can increase value even further. Some collectors will pay significantly more for attractively toned, high-grade 1954 nickels, especially when paired with the full steps designation. The Jefferson nickel series is especially popular among collectors because of its affordability at the lower levels and the significant challenge it presents at the top. Completing a full Jefferson nickel set in MS-67 full steps is an almost impossible feat, and that challenge is what drives demand for coins like the 1954 Philadelphia Strike in ultra-high grades. Registry set collectors, those who compete to have the finest sets listed on PCGS or NGC, are particularly aggressive when a rare example appears at auction. This competition has driven values upward in recent years, with many formerly common coins now entering the realm of elite collectibles, due to condition scarcity. In recent auction records, coins certified as PCGS MS-67 FS 1954 Jefferson nickels with no mint mark have sold for tens of thousands of dollars, and numismatic experts believe that the coin's value will only rise as more collectors enter the field and demand increases. Even among seasoned collectors, finding a high-grade 1954 no-mint nickel with full steps is considered a badge of honor, a crown jewel in Jefferson nickel collecting. It's also a reminder that not all valuable coins are old, gold, or silver. Some are tucked away in circulation-era copper-nickel alloys, waiting to be discovered by a sharp-eyed enthusiast. To determine if you might have such a valuable example, it's essential to inspect the coin under magnification. Look for sharp detail in Jefferson's hair, cheek, and jawline, and ensure that the Monticello building on the reverse has clean lines and uninterrupted steps. Any signs of wear, contact marks, discoloration, or weak strikes will lower the value significantly. If your coin looks promising, send it to a reputable grading company like PCGS or NGC for authentication and grading. A small investment in grading could reveal that you're holding a five-figure coin. In conclusion, the 1954 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel is a classic example of how rarity is often determined not by how many coins were made, but by how few were preserved. From its historical background to its design, from minting inconsistencies to its scarcity in mint state with full steps, this coin has all the makings of a modern treasure. With values soaring up to $41,000 for the finest known examples, the 1954 no-mint Jefferson nickel stands as a testament to how knowledge, patience, and a little bit of luck can turn a small, forgotten piece of metal into. Next up, the 1801 Liberty $1 coin, part of the celebrated draped bust dollar series, is one of the most iconic and desirable coins in early American numismatics. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, this coin features the draped bust design, which is cherished by collectors for its classical elegance and early historical value. Despite being over 2 centuries old, the 1801 draped bust dollar continues to command intense collector interest, with the finest known specimens reaching an astonishing market value of up to $81,000. What elevates this coin to such financial heights is a perfect combination of low surviving population, historical importance, intricate design work, and rarity in high grades. This coin represents a significant period in American monetary history, as the young United States was still developing its coinage identity and establishing credibility in domestic and international commerce. The obverse of the 1801 Liberty dollar showcases Lady Liberty with flowing hair, facing right, framed by 13 stars representing the original colonies, along with the date 1801 below. The reverse is equally majestic, depicting a heraldic eagle based on the Great Seal of the United States, with a shield on its chest, arrows and olive branches in its talons, and a banner above inscribed with A Pluribus Unum. This classic American imagery captures the nation's values of unity, peace, and readiness for defense. Minted entirely in silver, 924 fine, with the balance in copper. The 1801 draped bust dollar weighs approximately 26.96 grams and has a diameter of 39 to 40 mm. Only 54,454 pieces were officially struck, making it one of the scarcer early silver dollars, especially when considering the number of coins that have been lost, melted, damaged, or worn beyond recognition over the centuries. Moreover, many 1801 dollars were used extensively in commerce, both domestically and abroad, and only a limited number survived in collector-worthy condition. As a result, high-grade examples, especially those certified by grading services such as PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, are extraordinarily rare, and even moderately well-preserved coins can fetch thousands of dollars at auction. The finest examples, such as those graded mint state, MS 63 or higher, with strong luster, fully struck details, and minimal contact marks, have reached values as high as $81,000 or more, especially if they represent the finest known examples or belong to pedigreed collections. Another fascinating aspect of the 1801 Liberty Dollar is its variety classification and die state analysis. Numismatists have identified several die varieties, including different arrangements of stars, spacing, of letters, and reverse design details, due to hand engraving of dies at the time. These varieties are catalogued under references like the Bolender, B numbers, and Bowers-Borchardt, BB varieties, such as BB211, BB22, and BB213. Some of these varieties are far rarer than others, and collectors of die marriages will pay a premium for scarce or high-grade variants. Additionally, the use of rusted dies, die cracks, and clashing on certain specimens can add significant interest and value, especially for those who specialize in early U.S. mint production flaws. In terms of condition rarity, most surviving 1801 Liberty dollars are found in grades between VG, very good, and VF, very fine, often displaying heavy circulation wear. Coins in extremely fine, XF condition or better are rare, and uncirculated, mint state examples are exceedingly scarce. Only a handful are known to exist, and they tend to reside in major institutional collections or elite private holdings. Even AU, about uncirculated coins can sell for tens of thousands of dollars, and examples with exceptional eye appeal, toning, or provenance from well-known collections can command even more. In fact, the coin's historical context and beauty often outweigh even the numerical grade in determining final auction prices. Adding to its value is the role that the 1801 draped bust dollar played in the early days of American coinage. The coin was struck under the authority of the Mint Act of 1792, which established the United States Mint and defined the dollar based on silver weight. However, the actual production of silver dollars faced various challenges, including a shortage of bullion, underpowered machinery, and the mint's struggle to meet demand. Many silver dollars from this era were exported to China and Europe for trade, meaning a large number left the country shortly after minting. Consequently, few remain in the U.S. today in high-quality condition, increasing the coin's desirability among American collectors. There are also notable examples of mint errors and anomalies in the 1801 Liberty Dollar series that fetch premium prices. Coins with misaligned dies, die clashes, or off-center strikes are rare, but do exist and can enhance a coin's numismatic and market value. Likewise, examples with beautiful natural toning, ranging from golden hues to rainbow patterns, are highly prized, especially if the toning enhances the coin's visual appeal rather than detracting from the detail. Collectors value such toning not just for its beauty, but as a sign that the coin has not been cleaned or altered, which is crucial when it comes to preserving original surfaces and value. In the world of serious coin collecting, provenance also plays a huge role in price. Coins from famous collections such as the Norweb, Bass, or Garrett collections tend to sell for much more than average market prices, sometimes doubling or tripling in value simply due to their historic pedigree. Furthermore, coins with auction history from prestigious houses like Stack's Bowers, Heritage Auctions, or Goldberg Coins can attract competitive bidding, especially if their quality or history stands out from typical offerings. For a coin like the 1801 draped bust dollar, even the most subtle differences in strike, originality, and surface preservation can separate a $10,000 coin from an $81,000 rarity. Modern-day demand for early U.S. silver dollars remains strong, fueled by both domestic and international collectors, many of whom are drawn to the coin's symbolism of American independence and early craftsmanship. The draped bust dollar series, struck from 1795 to 1804, has become a foundational element of high-end numismatic collections, and the 1801 issue, being among the final true circulation strikes of the series, occupies a key position. Today, many elite collectors and even investors view coins like this not just as artifacts, but as historical assets with long-term financial potential. especially those with CAC, Certified Acceptance Corporation stickers, indicating top quality for the grade. In conclusion, the 1801 Liberty draped bust $1 coin is more than just a collectible. It is a symbol of early American values, minted during a time when the fledgling United States was still defining its identity through coinage. With its captivating design, low surviving population, fascinating die varieties, mint errors, and jaw-dropping auction potential, this coin commands attention from historians, collectors, and investors alike. While many have seen it as just another early dollar, the reality is that examples in high condition or with special attributes can sell for $81,000 or even more, depending on market timing, provenance, and rarity. Whether you're lucky enough to inherit one, discover it in an old collection, or acquire it through years of dedicated collecting, the 1801 Liberty Dollar remains. The 1986 D Mint Mark Washington Quarter Dollar is one of those modern-era coins that may seem ordinary at first glance, but hides remarkable potential when found in exceptionally rare conditions or with specific mint errors. While millions of these quarters were struck and circulated across the United States, a small number of them possess characteristics so unique that they've caught the attention of serious collectors and investors, sometimes fetching market values of up to $5,000. Issued from the Denver Mint, the 1986 D quarter bears the signature D Mint mark on the obverse side, just to the right of President George Washington's ponytail. The obverse design, created by John Flanagan, has been in use since 1932 and features the iconic portrait of Washington, while the reverse side depicts a bold heraldic eagle with outstretched wings, perched on a bundle of arrows with olive branches underneath, symbolizing strength and peace. While millions of Americans have likely handled this coin in daily transactions, only the rarest examples, due to grade rarity, minting anomalies, or unusual characteristics, command the kind of high premium that transforms a pocket change coin into a four-figure collectible. Let's dive into what makes a 1986 D Washington quarter potentially worth $5,000 or more. First and foremost is grade condition. As verified by professional third-party grading companies like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company. While over 504,000 to 98,000 quarters were minted in Denver that year, making this a high mintage issue, very few were saved in pristine, uncirculated condition. Coins that somehow avoided contact marks, scratches, and circulation wear are incredibly scarce. When a 1986 D quarter is found in MS67 or MS68 condition, especially with full luster, sharp strike, and flawless surfaces, its value can skyrocket due to its position as a top population coin. Collectors who build registry sets, competitive collections ranked by grading companies, are willing to pay thousands of dollars for the very finest example known. A 1986 D quarter graded MS68 by PCGS or NGC with no visible flaws and booming eye appeal has fetched prices between $3,000 and $5,000, as it becomes nearly impossible to upgrade further in the population census. Beyond high grades, another crucial factor is the presence of mint errors, striking anomalies caused during the coin's production. These include double die obverses, DDO, double die reverses, DDR, off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, and struck-through grease or debris errors. A famous example would be a 1986 D quarter with a severe off-center strike or a dramatic die cap error, both of which are extremely rare and command high premiums among error collectors. When a 1986 D error coin appears in combination with high-grade preservation, the price can soar even higher. For example, an MS66 error coin with strong doubling on the date or lettering may sell for over $2,500, and even more if certified by a top-tier grading service with error attribution. Adding to this value potential is the increasing interest in modern coins with low population and high grades. The market for Washington quarters from the 1980s has been heating up as collectors realize that while these coins are common in worn condition, they're exceptionally rare in perfect states. Most 1986 D quarters were released into circulation immediately and were used for decades. This means that almost none survived in mint rolls or original bank-wrapped bags. In fact, sealed BU rolls from 1986 are now difficult to locate, making fresh discoveries even more thrilling. With this in mind, collectors are now searching through old collections, estate lots, and forgotten coin hoards in hopes of finding a hidden gem from the 1986 D run. The physical specs of the 1986 D quarter are typical for the clad era. These coins are composed of a copper nickel, clad over a pure copper core, with a weight of 5.67 grams, a diameter of 24-26 meters, and a reeded edge. Unlike silver quarters produced before 1965, the 1986 D has no intrinsic precious metal value, which means its worth is entirely based on collector demand, condition, and rarity, not metal content. However, examples that defy the odds and survive in near-perfect condition become standout coins in any modern collection. In some cases, natural toning can increase the desirability and value of a 1986 D quarter. Coins that have sat in envelopes, paper rolls, or mint sets for decades may develop beautiful hues of gold, blue, rose, or rainbow-like toning, which adds eye appeal. Collectors seek out such coins, especially when the toning is original and enhances the strike detail. When paired with an already high-grade, toned 1986 D quarters, can reach auction prices far above book value, adding to the excitement for collectors and investors alike. Another dimension to the coin's value is its role in commemorating America's founding father, George Washington. While this design has remained largely unchanged until the introduction of the 1999 state quarters, the Washington quarter continues to symbolize patriotism and continuity. Collectors who appreciate this legacy are drawn to early clad-era issues, like the 1986 D, because they represent an important bridge between classic silver coinage and modern circulation coinage. For those assembling date and mint sets or full registry collections, locating a top-grade 1986 D is a significant challenge, making it a key semi-modern rarity despite its high production number. In auction history, a few standout sales reinforce the coin's surprising market potential. A PCGS MS68 1986 D Washington quarter with no visible contact marks and superb luster once sold for nearly $5,000. Other examples in MS67 Plus or MS67 full strike conditions have consistently sold in the $800 to $2,500 range, depending on overall eye appeal, luster, and strike. Even coins graded slightly lower, in MS66 or MS66 Plus, may reach $300 to $600, making them far more valuable than one would assume for a modern clad quarter. The key is always in condition and certified grading. Raw coins, even if they appear uncirculated, typically sell for less, unless sent in for authentication. The future also looks bright for coins like the 1986 D quarter, as the coin collecting community expands online through platforms like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and numismatic forums. Everyday people are realizing that the coins in their jars and drawers might hold unexpected value. Educational content highlighting rare modern coins, especially those from the 1980s and 1990s, is motivating new generations to look for condition rarities and error coins, which is pushing demand even higher. As top-graded populations remain low and more people enter the hobby, the few pristine examples of coins like the 1986 D Washington quarter will only become more desirable. In conclusion, the 1986 D mint mark Washington quarter may not appear rare at first glance given its massive mintage, but its value lies in the details: pristine condition, mint errors, certified grading, and collector demand. With examples reaching up to $5,000 in MS68 or with significant mint errors, this coin proves that even modern-era quarters can hide incredible worth. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or someone just starting to explore coin collecting, the 1986 D quarter is a perfect reminder to always check your pocket change, because treasures still circulate today. If you happen to find one in stunning, uncirculated condition or spot a dramatic mint error, don't overlook it, because that seemingly ordinary coin could be an extraordinary discovery waiting to change your fortune.